My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 176. Please turn to page 176. Today is our lesson number 189. Problem number 168 is the one that we are about to solve. It says that we have an empty pool. We have an empty pool that is being, I know I'm not pronouncing the word properly, that is being filled with water at a constant rate that takes 8 hours to fill 3/5. Alright, so it takes, we are doing 3/5 of the job. We are told that we are doing 3/5 of the job in 8 hours. Let's see what the question is asking. How much more time will it take to finish filling the pool? Well, how much time will it take to finish filling the pool? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a very simple word, but I can't do it. And that time is the time that is required to do the remaining 2/5 of the job, because 3/5 of the job is already done. So basically they're asking us how long will it take at the constant rate to do 2/5 of the job. Well, that's pretty straightforward. If 3/5 of the job takes 8 hours, then 1/5 of the job must take 1/3 of the amount of time. Stands to reason. If one third takes 8/3, therefore 2/3 will take 2 times the amount of time. Voila, we are done. Let's not get excited. Let's do it in a separate line. If 1/3 takes 8/3, see, let's start again. If 3/5 takes 8 hours, then it should say 1/5, not 1/3. If 3/5 of the job takes 8 hours, then 1/5 should take 1/3. Therefore 2/5 will take 2 times the amount of time, which is 16/3, which is same as 15 plus 1/3, which is same as 5 1/3, which is same as 5 hours, and 1/3 of an hour is simply 20 seconds. That's it, we're done. The answer is B. Answer choice B. Let's do the next one, shall we? Let's do the next one. There are some simple words that I still have pronounced a hell of a time pronouncing, and when I mispronounce them, I'm fully cognizant of the fact that I'm mispronouncing it. I just can't pronounce the damn thing right. But lucky for me, I have no problem pronouncing all the swear words. So that's the plus sign there. In 169, we are told that we have a positive number that is multiplied by 2. You wouldn't think somebody would have that much trouble spelling multiplied. Then we are told that the product is divided by 3. Then we are told that we take a positive square root of it. Positive square root of it, and we get x, what we started out with. The question simply is, what is x? Now listen, before we do this problem, let's play a little game, shall we? You and I. Let me ask you a couple of questions. If you're told that 2 times some number a equals a, can you tell me what that a must be? Can you tell me what that a must be? Ask yourself, could that a be 3? Is it possible that 2 times 3 equals 3? Does the square root of 6 equal 3? No. Can that a be 4? Does 2 times 4 equal 4? Because it has to equal the same thing. What would that number be here? What can I put here that will work out? And of course the answer is, whatever we put there, we need this, that thing here has to be same as this guy, because 2 times that guy here, 2, will give us the 2. Similarly, if somebody were to tell you 5 times p equals p, 5 times what? The question is 5 times what number would equal the number itself? And the answer is 5, because 5 times 5, 5 times 5, square root of that would equal 5. Would equal 5. Let's do one more. Something silly. How about z times 1.74 equals z? What do you suppose z is? Z would have to be 1.74. Or if you like, we can do it algebraically. You don't have to, but you could do it algebraically. We take the square of both sides and we end up with a z square times, well, not z square, when you take the square of both sides, all we do is we get rid of the square root sign, 1.74, and here we end up with z squared. We divide both sides by z, this z drops out, and z squared over z is z, there you go, z equals 1.74. Let's see what's going on here, shall we? So we have a positive number, they're calling it x. We're going to multiply it by 2. Alright, we're going to multiply it by 2. So we have the product now, x times 2 or 2x. We're going to divide that product by 3. So the second step. And finally, we're going to take the square root of it. And that, we are told, has to equal what we started out with. What do you suppose x is? But the point is, don't look at it like that. Don't look at it the way it's written here. Look at it like this. 2/3 times x equals x. What do you suppose x must be? X would have to be 2/3, obviously, because the square root of 2/3 times 2/3 would equal 2/3. That's the only value of x that's going to work out. But if you don't like that, if you don't like this logical, intuitive explanation, and if you're hell-bent on solving it properly, algebraically, we can do that too. Here's our equation. Take the square of both sides. If you take the square of both sides, take the square of this side, take the square of this side. The square root is going to disappear because we are taking a square and a square root is same as division and multiplication. They cancel each other out. It's like same as addition and subtraction. If I have a number, and if I add 3 to it and then subtract 3 from it, I'm going to end up with what I started out with. If I have a number, and if I multiply it by 7 and then divide the product by 7, we're going to end up with what we started out with. Same thing with the square root and taking the square sign. Taking a square of a number and taking a square root of it gets you back to where you started. They cancel each other out, these two operations. So here, the square root sign is going to disappear and we end up with 2x over 3 is going to equal x squared. We divide both sides by x. If we divide both sides by x here, this x is going to drop out and this is going to be x, which is same as 2/3. Voila. But of course we knew that all along. We knew that all along because, as we said, we can write this as, like I said, don't look at it like this, the square root of 2x over 3. Don't look at it like that. So don't ask yourself what would that be. If that equals x, what would x have to be? Look at it as 2/3 times x equals x. And you will immediately see that x would have to be 2/3. There is no other choice. And that was it. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.